Gangstalking disclosure. I think I'm gonna put some music on in the background here. Give me a moment. So the topics of this broadcast series is gangstalking disclosure, government disclosure, public disclosure of gangstalking. What is gangstalking really? Always got to be brought up. We're gonna be real brief about it. Let me know if the audio is cutting out. Let me know if the audio is buggy because I don't want to waste your time or mine. Um, but we're gonna make this broadcast about gang stalking disclosure. Okay, is gang stalking real? Okay, will people ever admit to gang stalking? Will the government ever come out talk about gang stalking? Give my thoughts. If you disagree, leave your comments in the chat. Probably can invite some people on if the connectivity is working good. But that's going to be the main broadcast topic. But we're going to also talk about other things as well, like the gang stalking community. So back in 2021, there was such thing as a gang stalking community. It was very popular to make gang stalking videos. There were almost like television channels, YouTube channels with stars of gang stalking stars, people that are garnering fame, garnering glory, fame, internet support, viral followings, viral videos. Okay. So here's the deal about gang stalking. I know there's people that listen to this broadcast and like, I don't believe in gang stalking. From being on YouTube, from experiencing it, okay, from experiencing myself, there's times where it dies down where I can like kind of forget that it happened, the severity of it. When they turn it on like full throttle, it lasts for a decent amount of time. But you hear a lot of misinformation where you think it's gonna last the rest of your life every single day. I mean, it does get that serious. It's not all hallucinations. But just getting set up. I'm waiting for more people to come into the broadcast. Put some music on in the background here. So broadcasting to the internet to hundreds, potentially thousands of people right now. No, I think more people, not nowadays, because I don't post as much, but when I do start posting consistently, my numbers are so throttled. I think my message is getting out to way more people. I mean, I know for a fact they stop my fucking numbers. My views, they take away views. So hold on a second, guys. But pretty much when I come on here, I'm going to be talking about gang stalking on these live streams because it's an interesting topic. It really happened to me. It's an unsolved mystery. You can't really go wrong. You know, there's other things I could talk about, but I really don't even have passion now. Me personally, I don't think about gang stalking at all. I would say the heaviest time of me thinking about gang stalking was when it was happening the most. Which, if you pay attention, you are getting things wrong as a TI. That's affecting you more than the actual harassment. There are people that are coming out and harassing you. All right, people part of communities and things like that. But the online indoctrination through YouTube makes you think it's way worse, which makes it a way worse situation because you're not looking at the situation correctly. Okay, it's like if you have a bully that picks on you at the bus stop as a kid, right? But that bully tells you he has a million bullies, right? So he's telling you he has a million bullies, so you like think everyone's a bully. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really him. And he's like, yeah, I have all these people. Every time you have a problem, that's me. That's my people. That's what they're doing. It's a psychological trip. So imagine there's a schoolyard bully, right? bus stop bully as a kid, and he's like bullies the shit out of some kid. Then hold on, wait for these fucking. There's always people. I mean, it is a public parking lot, so there's always gonna be people here. But I'll try to put this music on. I don't want no eavesdrop us. I don't know what's up my fucking phone. Get some background music up in here. I'm using one of my phones right now. I'm using an old phone to live stream and another old phone to play music to save the battery on my regular phone. Let's put some. But gang stalking is basically like a school bully, right? And then that bully convinces you that everything that bad that happens to you is because of him, and that he has all these big network and connections. Now, that same schoolyard bully might have a couple friends, but he's talking about every time your parents yell at you, every time something happens, it's because of this. So I'm in a McDonald's parking lot. There's this lady, this fat bitch. She's like double parked, looking straight at me. I think she was here before me though, but just fucking acting like a gang stalker. I bring this shit up because you can get this stuff confused for gang stalking. People that are aloof that just don't like doing stupid shit, dog. So I'm in a parking spot and she's like double parked. She's throwing trash out, but she's like staring at me, like her car's pointed, her driver's front lights and everything pointed at my car. And like she's not fucking leaving. And obviously using it as an excuse because I'm sorry, white people do this shit, bro. Suburban white people. She's fucking doing illegal double parking, looking at my car, but she'll make it use an excuse to look at me and spy. What's he doing? He's on the phone. What's going on? Is this an attack? Like, bro, they never catch school like you know what or mass you know what, but some black guy on the phone. She finally left. Fuck almighty, bitch. And I'm smoking too. That's why I'm like anxious about her leaving, bro. But yeah, will disclosure ever happen? Will the bully ever explain that he's a bully? That's how you fucking this is my opinion on gang stalking disclosure. These Richard Lighthouses, these targeted justice schemes. Like I want disclosure with all that shit's about. I want disclosure on the perps before even gang stalking. Like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Why are you pretending to be a TI? Why are you fucking flagrantly lying about gang stalking for all these years to people that know better? You know, that's what I want to know. You know, all these perps on here, like all of these people that interact with my channel from back in the day, I suspect are perps or I suspect are like fucking agents of some time, man. If a perp will never come out and be like, hey, I'm a perp, you'll never learn about gang stalking. That means the whole system will never disclose of it. The reason why it has to be a black project, like with MK Ultra, right? MK Ultra literally came out later, but beyond MK Ultra, there's black military projects where they're like cloning people, they're kidnapping kids, cloning, fucking sex trafficking at a government level. So the pattern is what they do is they never disclose the actual thing. They just keep they just like let little thing when people make enough noise, they'll give you like a little breadcrumb to shut you up about corruption and shit like that. So I think that's what's gonna happen with gang stalking. I know you guys probably don't like the music. I'm just trying to put some background music on. This is the music that I run to, video game music. It's not like techno or anything. When I'm running, I don't like listening to people like unless it's a song I really like. I don't like to hear people's lyrics and shit like that. But I think there'll never be a disclosure, and I'll tell you why. Now, people might disagree with me. If you disagree with me, go ahead and leave a comment. Gang stalking disclosure. So first, and before I go into that, again, I have to do this. Got to explain what gang stalking is. Gang stalking is again normal citizens, right? You done some transgressions in the past, normal social stuff, right? Like normal high school shit. You're an asshole in high school type shit. But anyways, you're labeled a threat to the system. You were marked by a system back in the day, an AI threat assessment computer system, and it puts you in a database. Now, when you're in that database, you're basically going from one database to another. So you fall into the gang stalking harassment database. Okay. So you get experiment on with AI. So they're gonna send patterns on the road. So you'll see like 20 white cars. Like you constantly see these patterns, and they must be able to, I don't know, see through your eyes, or maybe the YouTube videos you're putting out are crucial. Like it's like an interface, right? You have a normal person, right? And they're being experimented on. So part of the experimentation is the surveillance or harassment, the mental research, the psychological research. Oh, if we have normal citizens, this is for everybody basically. Gang stalking. We're the test subjects for the broader picture. Okay. So it's like, all right, so if we have a guy working a job making 60,000 bucks a year and we start gang stalking him with white cars and we feed him online information and hit him with directed energy, like how long does it take for him to like kill himself or to kill someone else or go to jail? It's a way to fucking single out citizens that you can't throw in jail because they're not committing hard enough crimes. Okay. Like they're not committing crimes that will land them in jail for a long time. There's an illusion of a freedom of America and all this crap, right? This is Chinese style surveillance on in American soil, and it's citizen based. Okay, so citizens are contracted through intelligence cutouts, and it's a way to off people with everyday shit. Like if we do gang stalking for 3 years to these type of people that have these, problems in life, how long will it take before they, off themselves, off someone else, go to prison for 10 years for attacking a neighbor that's synchronizing with them? So they're using non-plausible stuff. Like, I'll give you an example. Like every time you leave your house, your neighbor opens the door the same time you open the door. And it happens in a 2 week period, maybe like 10 times, where it's like statistically, these are anomalies. You leave your house and there's 40 white cars driving by. None of them are anything but white, right? And that's going on for a month or two. And you went from making 60K a year, now you're living out your car. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's to neutralize you from a normal citizen into like a homeless person. That's what gang stalking basically is. It's a one shoe fit all method to legally, through legal means, through sneaky intelligence operations, take people down, following them, discrediting them. You follow them a little bit. Now they're talking about, I'm being followed by people with red shirts. Are you? Come see this doctor. Okay. Oh man, people think I'm crazy. I lost my job. This has happened to normal people, right? Right. So that's what gang stalking is, right? There's also an AI element where basically the AI system is like basically these algorithms, right? So this is like advanced gang stalking part, right? So every time you go out, there's an algorithm. This person sees maroon cars because he left at 9:13 a.m. and his name is Steven and he's connected to a cell phone, right? And the cell phone indicates this, and that, and urges him to get Dunkin' Donuts exactly in the traffic injection point algorithm where he gets all the maroon cars. That's part of gang stalking too. He, this is Steven. He gets the X license plate. This is Lyle, he gets the Z license plates everywhere he goes. Every car has Z license plate. This is what I'm talking about. And then there's online propaganda. They utilize that 5G system, the AI system. There's online propaganda, crisis actors that fucking muddy the waters, and they're studying how do you muddy waters enough to get people to hurt people. What do you have to say? What do you have to do? And I think that's what absent-minded Abe is. He's just some dude that's getting paid to do shit, and it's part of some type of military job, like probably some secret job, not secret, but like serious military defense contractor company like pays him to do that shit. And I think people like subversive awareness. I think he's like, I don't know. I think he's fake. That's why I keep bringing him up. It's like, I there's a bullshit detector. There's an internal bullshit detector each TI has, and that's another thing. Clairvoyance. Are TIs clairvoyant? Are they able to fucking detect who's a perp? Um, if we do this hand signal online, will he say something? This is all being studied. Okay, so in order for people to do that to another human being in America, you have to be labeled like mentally ill, a terrorist, all the above, right? So everyone's living normal and the right around the TI in the same city as the TI, but the TI is injected into what's called these social algorithms, right? These fucking traffic algorithms. Okay, and it's like how many white cars can we artificially put in front of someone before they fucking lose their fucking shit? So that's what this stuff is, guys. And it's more hands-on. Sometimes it's like law enforcement. There's ex-police officers, private investigator groups, and those are the people doing the harassment. They're hiring, from what I've through my targeting, they're hiring illegal immigrants to do this shit, man. That's who would do this shit. That's who would break in your house. That's who would be threatened and blackmailed enough on a regular basis with deportation to be like, yo, all right, you don't want to get deported, Eduardo, break in his house and fucking flip his couch upside down when he's at work. Shit like that. And if they're an undocumented person, they have no real name. They could have a complete fake name anyways. You'll never be able to prosecute that person. So that's who the cops, the white supremacists, and involved in law enforcement, and that is an element. These Norse white supremacist law enforcement groups. These that's an element. There's a black element of black Israelite supremacists that are involved in gang stalking. There's what's it called? There's a gay element. So these people that are doing this shit that can contact these different groups. Like one time in the beginning of my targeting, I'm at a left light, right? It's a 2-lane left light. And this is in the very first like few weeks, like 2008, 19. Yeah, 2019. So literally, I'm not even making up. I'm driving an old Honda Civic, a 2000 Honda Civic coupe, okay? A bunch of older Honda Civics. These are like street racers. They were a group of cars, right? They come up behind me. They're all honking, honk, 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 honk. And I think this was when I first had my gun. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like, I didn't know like the gun laws and all that, because they try to trick you when you buy a gun to fucking make you go to jail. They don't just have like a fucking piece of paper like you can't do this, you can do that. They try to trick you. That's what these fucking white dickheads do in America. They lie about fucking freedoms and shit. Oh yeah, that guy in Chicago, he can kill people with his gun, but you have a gun in your car? Is it in your name? Oh, that's even worse, buddy. You shouldn't have told me that. I'm a cop. You're going to jail. Fucking, I'm retarded. I make stupid laws. Ho 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 ho. But I went to college and I speak like this. This idiocracy. Like a fucking gun owner can't have a gun in their car, dude. But some guy that lies and fucking can just kill everybody and just doesn't say nothing. That's stupid. That's why there is shootings, stupid motherfucker. Like this is white logic. Oh yeah, if you're a redneck, you can carry an AR-15 on your back, open carry. We're smart. But if you have a gun in your car, come on, man. What are you doing, dude? If you want to have a gun, fucking, you want to walk into a school with the AR-15. If you're a white redneck, you have a gun strap and a fucking camo hat, and you mean no harm. But yeah, if you're black, you have a legal gun in your car. We don't like it. Like that's just so stupid. But anyways, these people are. I'm driving this old Honda Civic. I'm at a left light, just minding my business. Bunch of cars mirroring my car in the street racer gang. They all have low versions, like low rider versions, souped up versions. Like you hear, they're all like together. Dude, I shit you not, bro. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was a bare minimum of 15 cars. A bare minimum. I want to say 30 to 40, bro. I want to say that, but maybe I'm exaggerating. But I'll say between 15 and 25. And they're all going honk, 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 honk. They're lightly honking the horns, right? Just joking around. And it's like, I'm being gang stalked at this time, and I don't know no better. You know? Think about that. Like, it was a complete setup. Another time, a bunch of motorcycles came up. I'm driving, minding my business again. And this dude, one of the motorcycle drives up and slaps the shit out of my fucking it's a black dude on one of those crotch rockets. It was like three of them. Slaps my fucking car. Mind you, I didn't cut him off. I was nowhere near them. Like I did nothing. Like I was driving far away from them. They sped up to me and just one slapped my car and shit. Like angrily, bro. And this is the beginning of my target. You know, this is the people, this is the stuff they do, guys. I'm trying to tell you what they do. They have reached in multiple groups, dog. Like if they wanted to hire the KKK, they hired the KKK, bro. Like they want to hire like Jews, like they hire Jews. That's who does this shit. This is CIA upper level, seventh floor FBI, CIA black budgeting contractor cutout groups, people that shoot up stuff and make it look like it was some white guy in a Vegas hotel room, bro. That's who's doing gang stalking. Military black projects, CIA, law enforcement, dirty cops, fucking, you know, that's who gets away with this because they're classified, they're protected by their job. Oh, it's above you're a city cop. Oh, fuck off. We're fucking FBI. Fuck off. We're CIA. That's how that shit works and that stuff. It's like, well, I'm a city cop and I saw a CIA officer kill a baby. Let me put my handcuffs out and just lock him up real quick. No, that dude's gonna fucking shoot you in your face, dog. He'll probably like fucking, yeah. If you're like a city cop and you see a CIA officer rape a baby, they'll be like, come here. Your car blow up the next day, dude. They don't, that's how this shit works. That's how law enforcement works in the white brain. That's the white logic, dude. These people did not come up with this shit. Like, I'm sorry, dog. You got this shit from aliens. All this technology came from aliens. You guys are fucking retarded. White logic. CIA officers love rape a baby in front of you, boy. You a cop? Better shut your fucking mouth. CIA. It's America. Like, shut the fuck up. That's literally going on in real fucking life. So imagine that trickles down to gang stalking, like some regular citizen being harassed. That makes sense, doesn't it? Dickweed. Yeah, Ed Hofer, you fucking chill. You know gang stalking's real. You're part of it. John's part of it too. Abe's a part of it. If your face is white and you're on this internet, you're fucking gang stalking. It's just that fucking simple, man. This let me talk about, I actually want to bring up absent minded because he tries to shame me to not talk about him, but I want to talk about his creepy behavior. Not because he's a creep, it's because he's a cop. Okay. I know this behavior he's exhibiting around women. This dorky white behavior, like high school, juvenile. This is what cops do. Okay. A regular cop, there's regular cops that have families, they have wives, they have girlfriends, dude. We're not talking about those guys, right? They're regular fucking cops. Like they love being cops and like they have no problem dating. They have no problem getting married and shit like that. But when you become a cop and you're single, you start getting, it's like a culture of like, we're cops, we're all married, we all have kids. Hey, Sarge, when you gonna have a kid, buddy? It's like they dick around, they joke around. It's you know, the military is a lot of gay people, but the cops, I don't think cops are actually gay, But this is the flaw with cops. We're gonna go over cops and what they do around women, dude. This is the one weakness in a cop. And I've talked about this before. All right. We got the good cops, and then we got the people that were dorks in high school that wanted power. This is the people that all the people talk shit on. It's dorks in high school that weren't good at football, that weren't smart enough to go to college, that wanted to become cops because their uncle was a cop or they heard about the big pension at the end of the 28 big cap, 20, you better pension, you get that big fat pension. So those guys, right? Because they're white suburban dudes, they were supposed to be like fucking scientists or some other shit like teachers and shit, but they're like too dumb. They're just like me, basically, right? So they're some of these guys were like dorks. We're not talking shit on cops. We're just saying this is what I'm noticing. Okay, that you guys are worse with the ladies than I am. Like you're worse than incels. Like the worst of the worst cop is horrible with women. Okay, like there's a video that African Ti put out of the cop. He went to that girl's house. There was like a hot Latina MILF in her 20s, and like he met her and her kids, and then he used the database to find her number. But I mean, she's obviously lying. She was obviously flirting with him too. But he showed up to her house, right? But he tried to play it off like, "Oh yeah, I want to date you," type of shit. But he was doing like creepy ass behavior. She started recording him because there's a thing with cops, dude. Like in New York, girls don't even pull over on the highway if it's a cop because these cops be raping women, dude. There's crazy people that join becoming a cop. They have a gun on their hip. They were dorks in high school, and they think they're entitled to like pussy. Like they became a cop to get pussy and to get a pension, basically. So police is a big organization with millions of fucking so like some crazy people and some weird people are gonna join, right? We're not trying to confuse because it's not fair to the ones that are married that are normal dudes. They drink beer on the weekends. They're married. Some of them are even good people. With this type of cop, okay, and this is going back to Abe. This is why I bring this up. Abe tells you he's not a cop, but his infatuation. Because I've seen cops. I live next to a college, my parents' house, and they would drop off college girls and high school girls. Like they try to date them and shit. You know, they. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It can become dangerous if you're a cop and you're trying to be a fucking slang and pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a fucking regular, like a drug dealer or some like cool guy or some shit. But it's not about that. It's about some of these dudes are creeps, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this juvenile behavior of like they don't they don't know how to attract a woman or yeah. They're attracted to young college girls and they don't know how to attract a woman. Okay. And I'm not talking about specifically Abe, but I'm like, I've seen this behavior before. They act weird around fucking women, dude. Like they try too hard. They fucking it just seems like they fucking have no game, basically. Think that's all it is. It's legit cops that are young that have no game that make it really awkward, and then they're cops with guns on their hips, and then women get scared and shit. Well, I think he's trying to do something because he's I might get arrested. Like, you know, some of these women are going for it too, obviously, but they have an infatuation with women. Like, oh, I'm gonna look up her number in our police database, and like they have this weird infatuation, dog. It's weird. Like they act like Boy Meets World, Corey from Boy Meets World, but with a gun on their hip and a badge is how I would describe it. Okay. I fucking suck at picking up women. Like, but women ask me out because I'm attractive, I guess. So people try to fucking just play it off like whatever. But like I really thought about it. I was like, yo, more than 10 girls have asked me out to be their boyfriends before. Like that's happened regularly. Okay. And that happens to other people too. But they people that don't get girls, they act like that's never happened to anybody. They're like, you this is what going back to the cop thing and the Abe thing. Like you have to have this big fucking grand strategy to win a girl's love interest to get her in bed. But the reality is, like, these girls are fucking just getting into bed anyways, bro. Like, they do that. A girl doesn't have to be won over. There's times where girls were just like they're already won over the second they love you, basically. You know what I'm saying? Same with guys with girls. A guy sees an attractive, really hot girl, he doesn't care like if she messes up here and there, like you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. Same with girls with guys, dude. But these cops that don't get no pussy in high school, basically, that's what I think it boils down to. It's cops that didn't get pussy in high school and they don't know how to transition into the adult dating, you know. And I'm terrible at that shit, but I would really think about it's like, nah, I've gotten asked out by girls and I'm pretty successful at asking out girls when I do it, when I choose to seldomly do it. It's usually a success. Now, there's been times I fucked up, but I learned from my fuck ups. Basically, like cold approaching, that type of shit. But these cops and shit, that's what I'm saying. Going back to Abe, because people left the building. But I had to build the preface to my theory on Abe. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real fucking thing. That there's fucking awkward ass cops that think it's boy meets world when it comes to dating and shit like that. And they are just fucking weird. Okay. And that's what I noticed with Abe. Okay. It's like, dude, you have a kid, bro. I don't give a fuck how many. This goes to anybody. I don't give a fuck. You fuck one bitch. I don't give a fuck if you fuck one bitch in your life, dog. If you had got married and had a kid, that is the game. That's everything, bro. You should be set on like picking up women, bro. You already done it all. You had a fucking kid. You were in a long committed relationship. You know, you shouldn't be giving dating advice and fucking having trouble, bro. Seriously. I don't know. That's just it's fucking weird. But Brandon Q brought it up, so. But the way he's acting with these fucking young college chicks, it's like, damn, dude, you can't fuck a little 19-year-old. Like, is that difficult? This is what I'm trying to get at. The psychology of if a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old or 18-year-old, let's just say 19 to 20, right? Let's use that age group. Sees an older dude that she's talking to. That is the easiest fuck of all time, bro. Easiest. I remember being 19. I was trying to bang like a fucking 35-year-old. Like I was a manager at an office. I was trying to bang like this lady that was doing like the printing stuff. Like she was trying to sell us like business cards and shit. She's probably like 29, 30, 30. Like, dude, if she wanted to bang me, like, bro, I was so like, dude, that would have been a dream come true. What? When you're 19, and I know it's the same way with women too, because women and men are the fucking same, dude. When you're 19, 20, and you have the opportunity to bang a 30-year-old or a 35-year-old, like, dog, that is like good fucking stuff, bro. I got pretty fucking close with that chick too, dude. I was like, we were texting each other. I was like, Colin, bro, I used to like, yeah. I was used to be way better at this. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if I had a kid, bro, or two kids or a kid, bro. Like, I would not have any trouble. Like, if a woman talked to me, is like, oh, you have a kid? Like, damn, bro, like, you laid some dick down. Like, you don't know how women think. Like, you cops, you literally are clueless, bro. You think it's boy meets world, bro. Except for the ones that are married, of course, and know what the fuck they're doing and they're regular chads and shit like that.
I didn't realize I was sitting there talking because I had my headlights on. I need a jump start, please.
Oh, sorry, I can't. My hood is taped.
I can't hear you back.
My hood is taped down. I can't. Yeah. Fucking asshole. Gangstalker piece of shit. Now everybody knows. See, that's what they do. This dude, and I've jumped some other guy the other day within a week. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Is the fucking how many times do I have to fucking show you that? Oh, I need a jump. Fuck off, dude. Call AAA. That's what I do. Fucking white dude, bro. I need a jump. I can't hear you. What? You think women would prefer a man with kids? Some women, well, there's certain things, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna just tell you this, dude, and I'm no expert in women whatsoever. When a woman like you, a woman like you, I know that much. Like, bro, it's not that hard to lay down dick. They like it. They like that shit. They'll be more than accommodating. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in any position where you're talking to a woman, there's a good chance you can bang her. Like if you're extendedly talking to a woman as an adult, there's a good chance. There's no like yeah, when you're in your teenage years. But going back to does a woman want a man with kids? If she's attracted to you and she knows you have kids and she doesn't care, like what's going through her mind, oh man, that's something you could talk about. Oh, here's my kid. I'm a good father. Like it's your opportunity. You win women over with that. Like you definitely do. I mean, I don't get any points for being single and not having kids. Like I'm not like, oh man, you don't have any kids. Like I kind of get shitted on, especially if you're black. You know what I'm saying? It's more surprising at my age that you don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like if you have a kid, I don't care if you fucked one bitch in your life, dog. It's not hard to fuck another. You already did everything God intended for that hooking up with a woman. Like do you think there's something deeper than gang stalking? Like maybe that people made the world feel more real, normal, ran away, and now things are weird? Uh, I, I always say this, and I bring this up all the time. Okay, but it would mean we were fake. I bet that's a great question. Let's read this guy. Thank you for contributing. 33 years old. You see, these guy runs up for me. Second jump start of the week. Exactly, bro. Do you think there's something deeper? And this that first time I did a jump stop, it like fucked up my day a little. I didn't want to complain because I did something good for somebody. Like, bro, this woman, I was working as a cleaner, as a gas station cleaner at Circle K like 3-4 years ago. This woman, this light skinned black woman, she was pretty, you know, but kind of bigger, but you know, I was still banger. Like that's what I just as an example, like how good looking she was, like to so you can understand the story. But she accidentally let all the air out her tire, and I fucking put a spare tire on for her. And she's like, "Oh, do you want something?" Like she was like inviting me to ask for a phone number, and I could have been like that person. I didn't. I'm like, nah, man, just make sure you get your tire fixed. But I did this the other day. I gave someone a jump. It was a real inconvenience. It kind of fucked my day up, to be honest. And then now they're asking a week later for another jump. The dude just runs up on me in a fucking parking lot. Old ass white dude look like fucking Willie Nelson and shit. These people are gangsters. They do that shit to identify. They always, when I'm doing these live streams in public, they run up on me. This never happens when I'm not on live stream. You know that, right? Never. But do you think there's something deeper than gang stalking? Like maybe that the people that made the world feel more real normal ran away and now things are weird? Not exactly what you say, but I've always said this for years and years. Gang stalking could be that we live in a simulation and the with NPCs, right? Everyone's an NPC, including us, but we're more real than the other ones, and we're like can reveal that we live in a fake world. We're the biggest threats to reveal the world is flat, according to the system, and they use gang stalking like Agent Smith to keep you distracted. Oh man, we live in a real world because I'm being gang stalked by the government, right? So another person's double parked in the middle, just looking at me and shit. But basically, what's it called? Yeah, basically, gang stalking is like we got transitioned from the real world into the matrix computer simulation that mirrors the real world. There's a transition from 2012 to now with CERN. And gang stalking is the people that were most likely to reveal it. They're too woke, are being distracted with gang stalking. Like, oh man, the government. Blah blah blah. So I'm still kind of mad about that jumpstart situation. It looks like the guy really needed a jumpstart, but I got a situation with my car where I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Without being a real fucking hassle. So he got all mad and shit. He's like, oh, like motherfucker, fuck off, dude. Someone else will help you, dude. You never heard of AAA, bro? That's what I rely on. That's what I have. My broke fucking gang stalk ass. Because I know that fucking gang stalkers flatten tires and pop tires and all types of shit, bro. But do you think Candy Grand Prix is mentally insane? She says that she's autistic, so I think that she's not capable of living normal life. She has like addiction issues with food. Like she needs to spend $50. Like if she started making money, she would spend all that money on food, basically. Like she has addiction issues with like food and impulse issues, I would say. So it's really tough for her. I mean, it's tough for anybody in her situation, but she needs help to get out of her situation. But you know what I'm saying? Um, she's not mentally insane. She's like autistic or something. Do you think every TI is pushing towards creating online content due to loneliness? Right now, I'm pushing out content because I have time to kill. I've been doing that for the last few months. But there was a time where, yeah, I was like, I moved to a new state. It was really, it was a good therapeutic thing. I wasn't gonna make the channel unless I was being gang stalked. That was not in the plans whatsoever. Like if I was never gang stalked, I would never make content. You know, because I already made a YouTube conspiracy channel in 2017, so I'm not interested in like doing that again. You know, I had some fun, but I did out of boredom. Loneliness, I think subversive awareness, I think is doing it out of loneliness. Keep bringing his name up just because he's the closest thing to a TI. It's not like an obsession. If I bring up one content creator, it's because I watch their content and I can relate to them basically at one level or another. But yeah, man, I would be making more friends if it was about loneliness. I'm not too lonely. I can make friends at any time. I'm not like acting like I'm cool or anything, but if I want to make friends, I can make friends, bro. Like it's not that fucking difficult, you know, if you're in a social dynamic situations. I just don't fucking care about that shit, you know. People forget, like I've done all that shit. I've done the friend thing, the dating thing, the this, the that. I've done it all before being gangstar. So I can go back to that. It's just, you know, I just don't fucking want to now. I'm older. But going back to disclosure of gang stalking, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I mean, when the only way, and disclosure means like your fucking family members and your neighbors and everyone just like, yo, I gang stalked you. Even if it was called onto their heart, they would not do that because there's no pressure to do it. That's one reason that gang stalking will never be disclosed. There's no pressure. There's not enough pressure. You have to keep the pressure up. Now, with the media, there's so many distractions with Trump, Charlie Kirk, Trump, Pam Bondi, the Epstein list, this, and that. And the way it's designed is gang stalking, if they stop it at any time, your life goes to normal. And people don't care about the past because you're talking about one headlights, red shirts. But yeah, if it's for life and you can show it every day, yeah, people might care a little bit more. But like, I honestly don't care about a lot of the past stuff as time goes on. When you have more good times than bad times, I mean, it's a difference maker. So, oh yeah, I want to talk about absent-minded Abe. I swear to you, I know this sounds fucking crazy, and this is the only reason I'm bringing him up. He has he has the mind reading technology. Like, I started a job with a bunch of hot ass black girls, and then he starts talking about black girls in his college class, and like that's something. He's like, oh, I would date one of those black girls, knowing damn well he don't like no black women, right? But like that's the same thoughts. I wouldn't think like I would date them, but like it's something I would possibly think about. Like, oh, I would hook up with some of these chicks at this job because you know what I'm saying. But so yeah, he did something else too. He spoke about Nova. I had when I told you about the Norse, I said the thing about the Norse mythology. Like I kept having a thought of Norse mythology, and this gang stalker would park his car under my 7-story window when he didn't live nowhere near me in that apartment building. And one of the books in his dash, he puts a book on his dash and it says Norse mythology. And then Abe's talking about Nova. When that word was popping up in my head, I'm thinking Nova, Nova, Nova. I see like a Nova healthcare thing, and then he gets on live stream. He talks about Nova, and then he deletes the live stream. He's been doing that a lot. The people that can read my mind are telling him what to say. He doesn't have access to anything. The people that handle absent-minded Abe, they have the remote neuromonitoring technology to either broadcast thought like little words or pick up words out of my fucking head and fucking he'll say it. And it's just blatantly obvious. Like, bro, I don't just accuse people of that. And he didn't always do that. He's never always done that. He said a couple things that he like knew my brother, like alluding. He used to do like a little bit of alluding stuff back in the day, a couple years ago. Nothing really too crazy. But that whole Nova shit and then the other shit, the dating of the black girls. Like, dude, there's coincidences, but he did that. Those were days apart when he did that, guys. That's just not no coincidence. So, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I gotta pour some water. I'm thirsty as shit. And if anyone was paying attention to Absent-Minded Abe's rant against drug addicts, he made a video on John Hoffer, targeted Patton. Oh shit, that's a weed. And if anyone heard it, I mean, dude, he's chief handler. Absent-Minded Abe was always chief handler, bro. He's obviously the chief handler that doxes people, but he was always chief handler. The way he hates drug addicts so much. He sounds like a gang stalker that would experiment on drug addicts, given the chance. Hit them with directed energy. I mean, I long theorized that he sets up directed energy. That's what my gut instinct, that he's a part of gang stalking targeted directed energy for targets. Not him directly. He's working with the people that do. He's just an online figurehead for it. And this guy talked about some ritual. Do you think that the gang stalker did some type of ritual? I was going to talk about rituals today. I was going to talk about gang stalking witchcraft rituals. I think that's a coincidence. I'll keep it real, but that stuff happens all the time with me, guys. I've heard Tragic Magic talk about this stuff too. But you never hear King Mansa talk about this type of stuff. Like, you know the real from the fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tragic Magic. He's part of King Mansa's camp. Like, he's from New York. You know, he's kind of introduced to YouTube to us through King Mansa. You know, never would have heard of him besides King Mansa bringing him up. But that's the real V2K. You know, it's subtle thoughts, and then you'll see it later and out the day, and the V2K will predict something that's got like, I'll give you an example: Klondike bars. You're gonna get a thought that says Klondike bars. Okay, it's not gonna be a voice; it's gonna be a thought. You're gonna picture it. You're gonna be like, I wasn't even fucking thinking about it. I was thinking I was internally planning my day. Like, oh, I'm about to go to the gym. They like Klondike bar. Like, what? Right? It's not a voice. Just like, it's a forced thought. It's a thought that's forced into your, like a picture that's forced into your brain, right? And then you go to the gym, and on the way to the gym, you see a Klondike bar truck at 7-Eleven unloading Klondike. I'm like, I've never even seen a Klondike bar truck. I didn't even know they delivered those. Like, they had their own trucks. What the fuck? That's V2K. Okay. You never hear Abe talking about that shit either. You know, he talks about stuff that's relevant because if you notice, Abe's knowledge base is he's a gang stalker. He's doing the gang stalking, and he's explaining what he's doing to other targets and then claiming it's happening to him. That's his trick, bro. Like, dude, his channel is defunct. He's a defunct target. I mean, subversive awareness. See what else we got going on here. But yeah, not to confuse gang stalking with, I'm gonna give you guys an example. I think this was actually gang stalking. I'm gonna tell you what happened last night. So I fell asleep at one of these hotels. It's like a great. It seemed like a great spot, you know. In this parking lot, this hotel, right? So I'm covertly sleeping in the back, right? Like, you can't even tell I'm there. And someone pulls up right next to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like a group of fucking black people. I don't know if it was a woman and 2 men, but they're like, they were gang stalking, dude. They're like, what's that cat doing in that car? That cat in the car by himself? It's like, nigga, mind your own fucking business. First of all, there's a thing called parking lot etiquette. Like, I think they should teach this shit. It's like, bro, when you're in a parking lot, don't park right next to, like, you're in an empty parking lot. Don't park right next to the only car in the fucking parking lot. Park away from it. You know, especially if someone's in it. Because you don't know what that person's doing. You don't know if that person's a whatever, dog. Like, it's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? This is how you know you're in gangster. You ever seen like a homeless person that had a whole bunch of shit in their car? A whole bunch of trash, a whole bunch of stuff filled up, right? When I see a person like that, I'm like, I don't want to park nowhere near that person. I don't want to smell him. I don't want him to ask me for money. I don't know if he's mentally ill, you know? These gang stalkers, they just park right next, pull up right next to it, airtight. Okay, but let me tell you what happened. I was sidetracked. Like I'm sleeping, right? I was complete. I parked far away from cars. These people come up like they're partying, bro. It's 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Like, bro, there's nothing around here. Nothing nowhere near. Okay. Especially it was on a Thursday. Nothing nowhere around here near that you can go like party at or anything, right? Or do anything in a group and just I mean there is stuff, but it's like not in this area. They pull up at 4 o'clock, like, oh yeah, hold on, come on, hold on. Shh. Oh, is that a cat? What's that cat doing in the car? That cat by itself? It's like, is someone they're gonna ask me, is someone in there? Someone in there sleeping? Like, bro, I'm hearing all this shit while I'm sleeping, dog, and they just sitting there posting up. It's like, are you serious right now? 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, you got nothing better. Like, that was complete gang stalking. There was a helicopter that fucking flew directly over me, like I'm laying down, belly up helicopter. I haven't had one of those in a long time. When they fly over you, it's like direct straight line. You know what I'm saying? They do that shit multiple times a month when when it's heavy. It's just like complete direct straight line over your fucking head. And it's just like not to the left, you not sorry, like to get a camera fucking picture of you. Basically, it's just completely blatantly obvious. Okay, that type of stuff happens once in a while, but it's like when you're being gang stalked by it, it's like multiple times, black helicopters. Are your gang stalkers overweight on average? I couldn't be able to tell you because I can't really tell who's a gang stalker, who's not. You know, I can just notice weird ass behavior. Because I want to give you an example. Like people can just pull up next to you, and you just think it's gang stalking, but you know what I'm saying? It's not. But for me, it's like they try to eavesdrop. That's how I know. It's like, bro, be a completely empty parking lot, and they just pull up next to you. Then they had a dude try ask for a jump. You know what I'm saying? Nice ass Volkswagen. He just pulled up here. Why the fuck would you need a jump? You just pulled up and parked in a fucking like a newer car. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have to leave some type of accessory on or something, dude. They act like you don't know how cars work. Like you would have to leave your lights on. Let's say you went like I'm at McDonald's right now. So you went to McDonald's for 5 minutes and left your headlights on and your battery died, or what? You took your keys out and your battery just died. That's not how life works, dude. Like, sorry, bro. So you'll see these like extravagant things, dude. But some of it's like it was weird. I'm not gonna even go into it, but it was a string. I call them like string of events on the road. Like, yeah, there'll be a goofball here and there. You can't call them gang stalkers. You don't know if they're just bad drivers. But then you'll notice like every street, there'll be people will be posted up on the side of the road and just pull out in front of you, or they'll see you, look at you, and pull out in front. Like you'll just notice there'll be a string. But probably gotta wrap this shit up. I gotta make some money. But I just been staying on the move, man, because that's why I'm being I'm being gang started. Like staying on the move when I'm living in this situation right now, which I'm not gonna be doing permanently or long term at all, man. You can't, dude. I don't understand TIs that say they can do this. Sleep out of your car and shit, dog. If you're really being targeted, like, yeah, bro, I downplay it, but yeah, I am being targeted. Like, yeah, people will show up. It still happens, bro, when they want it to happen. But I got some tips. Like, bro, if you have a storage unit, that's like the safest place to sleep as a TI because they can't get in there. They need a code to get in there. So I'm gonna start doing that. If I ever do continue that, I'll probably do that. Rest areas too. Rest areas are good. But yeah, about to wrap this up. Everyone on here is pretty much fake nowadays. I think people were realer back in the day, but it is what it is, man. I'm gonna keep the fire alive here. I'm gonna continue to talk about this shit. It's still affecting my life. So once it stops, I'll fucking stop talking about it. But I'm out.